Change your personality to change your reality. So I've been investigating this concept over the last month to shift and change the quantum field to get exactly in the direction that I want to be pursuing in my life. So from 0 to 12, actually from 0 to 7, we're in hypnosis 24/7, and then in a light form of trance from 7 to 12 years old. And this subconscious programming we basically run through our lives. So often this is programming from the person that's been given to us. So this can be our parents' programming, their parents' programming, and it can be beneficial. It is there to keep us safe, but also unbeneficial as well, because we pick up the habits, the behaviors, negative and positive, from the people that teach us in this time period. Also through events in our lives as well, that changes the subconscious programming. And what's really exciting about this concept is you can actually change that subconscious programming once you are aware of it. Thoughts are language of the mind, and feelings are the language of the body. So with the subconscious programming, we do have thoughts that come into our head in certain situations, and sometimes we can feel they're not our own. I mean, we often think, oh my God, that's what my mother used to say, or I'm thinking like my dad used to think. So those thoughts we recognize actually are not our own, and sometimes we actually can hear them in our ear, which is quite fascinating. And then the feelings are the language of the body. So in certain situation you might feel a certain feeling come up through the body, and then you act in a certain way. This can happen when we have like an anxiety attack. It also can happen on the positive too, like with say that someone gets you a surprise birthday cake, and you just light up with joy, and this beautiful feeling comes through your body because it reminds you of your fantastic birthday parties when you were little. So it can be positive and negative. So we are programmed to stay in the familiar. So we have a familiar past, and we are programmed to stay in this familiar situation to keep us safe. And this was designed to keep us in the herd, not to go out of our village, otherwise we'd be eaten by the lion. So this is our familiar past, and this is why sometimes people stay, for example, in really bad relationships because they grew up in a really bad relationship with mum or dad or whatever, and that's really familiar to them. And so if they go out of that relationship, the body kicks in saying it is unsafe. So we've got the familiar past. And because we're running on the subconscious programs, if we don't shift and change them, it is a predictable future. So often people will have similar lives to their parents, because that program has come from their parents. So this is the predictable future until we decide to change it. So your personal reality affects actually your personality. So your personality is how you often react to different situations and how you feel in the environment that you have created, because everyone creates their lives around you. So for example, if you're really in a beautiful, happy relationship, everything's going well, often we have this energy and we're going to spread joy to others because we're happy within ourselves. So this affects our personality, and someone will say, oh, she's always happy all the time, she's so amazing. Whereas if we are in a negative state of being, in a bad relationship, a bad environment, or something has occurred, this changes our personality. We might be sort of quite subdued and angry with certain situations. So definitely our personal reality affects our personality. So our physical reality is our environment, the people around us, certain things that we have in our lives, places, your body, and this is our physical reality is actually in space and time. And what we want to do in this process is actually step away from this physical reality so we can step into the quantum field of shifting and changing and creating endless possibilities. So we actually shift into the quantum field all throughout our day, and this can be called hypnosis actually, which we go in and out of over 100 times a day, where we separate from this physical reality around us. It can be when you're engrossed in the computer at work, it can be reading a book, or you're just daydreaming, and you almost detach from your physical body and go somewhere else. So this is the separation that's occurring. And when we're in this state of being, basically we're shifting into that quantum field at that point. And in this space, actually, time just dissolves, because when we're reading a book, suddenly an hour's gone past and we don't know where that hour's gone, because we're shifted and changed out of this physical reality. Yeah, so the technique I've been using, basically, I've created my ultimate avatar in my head. So I've created the ultimate Claire, and I've thought, okay, what does the ultimate Claire want in her life? What are the money aspects that I want to achieve? What personal aspects I want to achieve? And I created this avatar, and I do this by doing a hypno meditation and just coming into that quantum field, releasing space and time, sitting in a quiet space and really getting down to what I'd like, how much money I want to be earning, what I would look like to look like. Like if you want to lose weight or gain weight, you can do whatever you're wanting to do to shift and change that quantum field. So I really like to write down my avatar that I'm creating, so my Claire avatar. And what I do is I close my eyes and just imagine that she's standing right here, right now in front of me. She's successful, she's earning so much X amount per month. Her health and well-being is super amazing. Her family is just awesome. Actually, they are already. But so I create what I want to create, and then I shut my eyes. I move out of this space and time, and then I imagine her right in front of me. And then what I do is actually I step into her body, and then I bring up those feelings of now I'm in her body and I am really feeling what she feels like. This is so important to shift and change the quantum field, to have that feeling running through you. So this is the language of the body, the feelings, that's going to shift and change the quantum field. So what you do is you just feel what it feels like to have X amount of money in your bank, and then feel what it feels like, and do this on a really regular basis, like 2-3 times a day. And then, because we're going to move that to be the familiar. Remember, we like to stick in the familiar, but we're going to go out of that and make that feeling of that avatar be the familiar. So when I have certain things come through the day, like I might have a thought pop into my head, which may be negative, I think, okay, would Claire the avatar be thinking that? Where has that thought come from? Is it my own thought, and do I want to keep that thought? And then I pretend to step into my Claire the avatar and feel what she will be feeling, and feel the thought. Would she think that thought? Is that thought in tune with where Claire the avatar is right here, right now, in that dimension? So this is quantum jumping, if you guys understand quantum jumping and stepping into new dimensions. So when I step into Claire that avatar, I clear my mind completely if that thought doesn't serve me. So I step into Claire the avatar, go, would she be thinking that? If not, I then toss that thought out into the universe and bring a positive thought in that's really going to really pursue what Claire the avatar is already experiencing in that quantum field of that particular dimension that she's in, that awesome ultimate life dimension she's in. So what I do all through the day is that I try and walk around as Claire the avatar. What's she feeling? Is that thought really resonating with her? And I am beginning to be in that dimension by quantum jumping into it and playing it out in the past Claire, which is right here, right now. So the past Claire, and I live it like it has already happened, because it is in that dimension, if that makes sense. So really doing this all the time, stepping into your avatar, feeling how they're feeling, looking at the thoughts and seeing if that radiates with you. Otherwise, toss it away, bring positive thoughts in, and start creating your most amazing reality. If you like this sort of content, please follow me for more at Claire Seagrave on YouTube. And also, if you could hit the notification button and the little like button, that would be super awesome. And that will project my channel into more people's lives and also allow me to step into Claire the Avatar as well. And I will see you in the next video.